Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I felt like playing a little bit of Zoo Warlock, and so I took my old budget Zoo deck and I upgraded it to a full cost deck, which was basically I took out four weakest cards of the deck, and I put in Dark Pharaoh Tekan, Leroy Jenkins and 2 copies of Sea Giant, and voila, that gives us a Lackey Zoo. It is not a Magic Carpet list. I've never been a huge fan of Magic Carpet and then running so many 1-drops. It's more like a traditional Zoo list, just with a Lackey twist, with Dark Pharaoh Tekan, Evil Recruiters, just giving your lackeys a ton of value. And there's still the Doom in the Tomb Imp Gang boss in this one. And it proved to be a surprisingly effective deck. I took it on the ladder and I had some great results. Climbed 1 full rank with it in a couple of hours. And yeah, it's just a Zoo business as usual. You mulligan for a sweet curve, trying to find especially the Flame Imp, and then some 2-drops, 3-drops. If you find an Evil Recruiter, you keep that. You try to find a Lackey Generator to go with that. If you expect that you need some early removal, there is the Henchclan Hogsteed. I really like Henchclan Hogsteed in Zoo, because it has Rush, so it can just go in and hit into something. Then there's the Death Rattle, which works very nice with Knife Juggler. Like, if you can turn 4 can play Knife Juggler into Hogsteed, you can just do really sweet things. If you can set up a couple of 1-drops on the board, then you play Direwolf Alpha when the opponent doesn't expect it, and you adjust the attack values a little bit, so you can do a lot of surprises with this deck. The Serpent deck of course is great for Evil Genius to eat, and it can be buffed with various means so that you can attack it into something and pop it. And whenever you can get that Lackey and Evil Recruiter, that's just pure value. Pharaoh Tekan makes all of your lackeys 4/4s, including ones on the board. So if you have a couple of lackeys on the board, you play Tekan, those suddenly become 4/4s. Again, you can surprise the opponent. There's lots of surprises that you can do with this deck. And then Sea Giants just give that really big minion when there's stuff on the board, and Leroy gives you some reach. So overall, a really fun deck to play. Regarding matchups, I had a pretty good time against all of these slower, like druids and mages and stuff, and I had slightly positive win rate against Shaman. Shaman is of course a tough opponent, but I was able to get by with that. And Priest just destroyed me, so that's a little bit of a downside. If you face a lot of Priests, then it's really hard to survive with Lackey Zoo, especially against Resurrect Priest. Combo Priest surprisingly isn't actually that bad, but Resurrect Priest is just... it's just really tough. If you enjoyed this content, you can support the channel by joining as a subscriber or member on YouTube, and joining as a follower or subscriber on Twitch. And now let's go take a look at Lackey Zoo Warlock in action. I'll just keep the Hogsteed and I try to look for a 1-drop. There's a bunch of 1-drops in the deck, so I should be able to find one. And then between the 1-drop and the Hogsteed, there might be things that I can do. So Mermy or Voidwalker. We'll do Mermy. Voidwalker might have value later as well. We'll give this a try. Shaman kept 3 cards, kept the leftmost card, so it could be a Quest Shaman still. Oh, a Lickim. Well, simple Overload will allow Lickim to push through the Voidwalker. We're going to have to see about that in the near future. Now it's enough for him to overload a mana crystal. But that, if he uses an overload card here, then that overload card is away from his Thunderhead turns. And at 2 mana, there are not many great overload cards. Like the Sludge Slurper would be the perfect card for this position. But other overload cards aren't that awesome to use here, even though they allow him to push through the Voidwalker. He kind of wants to hold on to them for a little while longer. I guess this is an Evil Genius kind of turn. Do I put this down to 2 health? Yeah, I suppose that's fine. Put that down to 2 health. We'll face with this Mermy. I'll Evil Genius that. Get some lackeys. Damage lackeys. They are not coming on the board yet. It's a sinister deal turn for a ethereal Lackey, I believe. Okay, we try with this kind of Lackey set for the time being, hoping to top deck an evil recruiter. Shaman clearly did not want to spend the Overload cards yet, because he's looking for a Thunderhead turn. That is a little awkward, of course. And Serpent Egg is not... it's not what I wanted. So I have the option to tap, or I have the option to Ethereal Lackey here. Maybe I'll go for a tap. There's the Recruiter. Just a little bit late to the party. This one can trade there. I'll keep the Boardwalker at 2 health. But now I expect Thunderhead and Zap, and that will clean out all the minions that have attack. But I can kill the Thunderhead with the Hogsteed and the Kobold Lackeys. So I'm not overly worried. Despite this assault that I knew was coming. I can also discover a spell here. But then all the Lackeys will be on the board. So I have nothing left in backup. Then if you can kill all the Lackeys, I can't use the Recruiter. He probably can't kill all the Lackeys though. Now I might get a spell that I want to use here. Demon Fire with the Imp Gang Boss. Siphon Soul might be useful. Might go with that. And I'm killing the Thunderhead. I don't want him to have a Thunderhead there. So we try this. He might be able to deal with all the Lackeys. He might even have a second Thunderhead, although hopefully not. Yeah, we'll take Burst, allows him to take down all the Lackeys. And that's good for him. Now he kills all the 1/1s here. Oh, the Mogu. Mogu's a bit of a surprise, I suppose. No evolve yet. No evolve yet. Well, we do a Cable Rat. We get another Lackey. Ooh, it's a Rush Lackey. Perhaps I need to play that before the Recruiter. I could give it Serpent Deck +1 attack. I think that's fine. We'll do that. Then the Serpent Deck can kill a Spark here. You could also kill the Searing Totem. Killing a Spark is fine. And then I'm eating the Lackey to make a 5/5. So we try something like this. Value trading. There can still be evolves, there can be mutates. I have a Siphon Soul though. So I can Siphon Soul the 8-drop that he gets. Oh no, not that! That was crazy. What can you do? That's Hearthstone. So the Evolve Shaman is better than the Overload, the Quest Shaman right now. That was incredible stroke of luck. I had this Siphon Soul saved so that I can kill the 8-drop that he gets. But he got the only 8-drop that was actually good for him. It can do so much. But if I Siphon Soul that and he gets another big one, then what do I do? If he has Bloodlust, that's 14, 15 damage. But Siphon Soul, I lose all tempo. I think I need to tap an... Okay, we can discover a Lackey. Let's do that. It has 2 health, Kobold Lackey. Kobold Lackey to kill that. Imp Gang was on the board. Alright. That gave me an answer without having to use the Siphon Soul. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet portrait, I have to say. I do like the 1000 win portraits. I don't have them on all classes. I would need to get those last couple of 100 wins with the classes that I'm still missing them with, but... So Vecina A. Well, that can't kill anything. That's an upside. So, I think this is just a Dark Pharaoh turn, right? Not a Siphon Soul turn here. I tap probably into that. Let's tap first. Then I play the Dark Pharaoh. And this one becomes a 4/4. Oh boy, it's a 4/4. How sweet. Now I can take down the Vecina. And then I can also kill that one. And I can play a Flame Imp. And now we have taken decent control of the board. But of course he has evolved. And stuff. But I can Siphon Soul the Giant. Oh, destroy friendly minion. Destroy Serpent, that could be so good. But I have 8, 10, 18, 19 damage. I think I'm just tapping here, to be honest. I could Genius down an Imp. Maybe I'll go for that. Eat an Imp. I could turn this into a 6-drop. That's pretty good. Turn that into a 6-drop. And I'll kill off that one now. These are going face. And I'll Siphon Soul his Sea Giant. So he's at 12. And I have a lot of stuff. Yay! I guess we can try with something like this. When first getting a Voidwalker out there on 1. Shaman kept his entire hand, so this means that there's going to be the Evolve board on 4 or 3, and then, yeah, well, that was a fun game. We almost had fun. Well, that was unexpected. Not that I can deal with it, because I can't. But we'll see. If he couldn't get the damage Lackey, then at least he can't deal with the Flame Imp here. Did he get the damage Lackey? That would be the best one. Okay, that's scary too. Snap pick on a spell. Yikes. He could have Mind Control tech, but he can't double things up yet, so we're just going all in here. Grab the Mortal Coil for tempo. Kill his stuff. Try to hit him in the face. Hope that there's no Flesh Shaper. But that Shaper... Well, I have these Taunt minions, so it can't kill too much stuff now. We're about to find out. Even more of those Lackeys, that's bad. As long as he can't double up the... As long as he can't double up things, it's going to be okay, right? I can Mortal Coil one of these to draw a card. I'm looking for the Grim Rally, obviously. I guess this one can trade. Alternative is that this one trades. Maybe this one trades. That goes face. I eat that to make a demon. These are going face. But he has now had a couple of spell discovers, so if he has found some AoE, Lightning Storm might leave 2 of these up, or it might not. He tries to get his Evolve thing going. That Death Rattle is actually a little scary. I can't risk that Death Rattle proccing. 8, 9, 10, 13 damage. I don't have another 8 here. There can still be AoE in hand. We open up with the Knife Juggler. Then I can play the Sea Giant now. Then I need to trade something. This one trades here. I can play Mermy. This one trades there. And this one trades here. These are going face. I don't have enough. Oh, sorry. That was still the way I wanted it to go. He can't double up the battle cries yet. He can only get one minion with a mind control tech. Can't get two mind control techs. 8-8 cannot be killed by any of his AoE, even if there's a Hakata scheme that was discovered on 2. It's not enough to kill the 8-8 or the 5-5. So I have a hard time seeing how exactly the Shaman plans to win this. Really close here. He's at 14. Yeah, that just isn't going to be anywhere near enough. Dead Shaman. Yay! And so a lot of new decks for YouTube next month. Maybe. Priest kept everything. That's never a sight you want to see. There is the upside that I got the Flame Imp. I do like a good Flame Imp. But I mean, Priest keeping everything, that's like, should always be a loss. So now I know that it's a Resurrect Priest. But that information doesn't really help me enough, right? I need to try to get as much pressure on this board as quickly as I can, and hopefully there are no more hard removal spells. Maybe the next rest are AoE. Lots of people still want to watch. I'm not being fast enough. Already at 4 mana. 5 mana and he can start playing minions. Not fast enough. I'm just not fast enough here. Now we can start playing minions. That's bad news. Then he can start resurrecting them. Penance and Shadow Word Pain just took out my major threats right at the start. So yeah, when the priest draws well, they draw well. He kept his entire hand, so that's of course the best you can ever hope for. I need more resources. Nice faceless lackeys. Let's see. Hopefully it's another Doomsayer.
This one's a real page turner.
Not a Doomsayer. I can also play a Mermy out there. Push face with these. Light Bomb wouldn't do much, but I mean, soon he gets to start playing minions.
Unity, precision,
Killing the tree too with Ziliax, of course. He doesn't like death rattles, I see. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a Grim Rally here. Is this a Direwolf Alpha turn? But that would make a Light Bomb better. It might still be a Direwolf Alpha turn. Play it over here. This one kills the Ziliax. These are going face. I get another egg out there, so I have something coming after an AoE spell. He might also have a Psycho Pump. That would be insane now with Ziliax the only minion that has died. But the way he killed looked like he was preparing for an AoE. Oh, Lackey is on board. Trade. Probably have to go with that. Probably have to, yeah.
My books!
Not fun, but what can you do? I can play the Dark Pharaoh. These are going face. I should have played it here to make Light Bomb weaker. Now I gave the chance to kill the Serpent with the Light Bomb. Yeah, should have first attacked and then played Tekan next to the Direwolf Alpha. That was a small positioning error. Light Bomb is the punish. Nothing else really punishes. Not even a Mass Hysteria. For Mass Hysteria it's fine. But Light Bomb is the punish. Yeah, well, I wasn't punished. These things can just happen. Only 4 power left on the board. Next turn he can play Mass Resurrection and get 2 Cartuts and Celiacs, and that will be the end of it. This one is too late. But I can't even get the Sea Giant on this board. He can also just play the Plague of Death to kill this board. So maybe I could have saved the Mermy, because Plague of Death now is so good. Saving the Mermy would have given me a little bit more to play. Still wouldn't get the Sea Giant, of course, but would have had a little bit more to play next turn. Mass Resurrection also still wins, because it gives him that 12 healing, plus Celiax 15 healing, and Celiax also killing Celiax, that's 18 healing from Mass Resurrection guaranteed. And also still wins. He should have more good removal pieces too. I can barely take these down. And he should have another AoE piece. I guess I'll try the Sea Giants, but I don't expect them to survive. Priest should always have an AoE piece at this point. He has only used 1 Mass Hysteria. He has used 2 Pains and 2 Penances, and having those was the real key. 2 Pains, 2 Penances kept him alive long enough. I got him down to 10 health despite having all of that early removal. But from here it just isn't going to be possible to do more. Any removal spell that the priest has in his repertoire is going to win the game. Another Resurrection is going to win the game. So there are very few cards left that don't win the game. Yeah. This just wins. That was really silly. Yeah, I can't kill the Katrina Muerte. Took unnecessary damage on that one. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. Well, actually, one of these had to take 3 damage. It's okay. It was actually fine. There was no way to avoid taking 3 damage at least once. So everything was fine. Kill that. Kill that. Play this. Play this. Play this. Use this to kill that. Hope the sea giants will survive. But sea giants will not survive. Well, one of them will. But it's not enough. Katrina Muerte will resurrect another minion at the end of next turn. Torresen will give more discounts, yeah. Can't be done. Oh, double resurrects. That's pretty sweet. That pops the Divine Shield. Need to tap to... This one kills the Celiacs. This one comes in as fodder. When this one kills the 2/6 and dies. This one kills one Katrina. This one kills the Emperor. Nah, it doesn't really matter. If we can find a Lackey, let's try to find a Lackey. That gives me a Lackey right there. Let's discover a Lackey. 2 damage. A spell. A spell might be useful. We can try that. Alright, what's the secret? No word on the secret. Even if it is a flame ward, it could also be a counter spell. If I play the serpent, yeah, I'll just play the egg. Let's just play the egg here. Next turn we're going with the Lackey coin, Recruiter. Then he could play the counter spell though, after that. Maybe even a flame ward. But we'll see about that. Random minion. The Sinister deal is better. There's still the free secret. And that's probably either a Flame Ward or a counter spell. So he can hit into the 5/5 and play a Flame Ward, for example. Now that I spent the coin, he can also play a counter spell. So he's at least trying to make me buy the idea that it's a Flame Ward. And it might be. I'm going to hit into there. This one is going to connect to the face. And if it's a Flame Ward, well, it does pop the 7th egg. So it's not all bad. And then I can play an Imp Gang Boss and a Murby out there. So that went as well as I could hope for. Another secret. It's not going to be another Flame Ward, so that one is counter spell or something. Anyway, I have a Direwolf Alpha. I can use that. Direwolf Alpha, 4 attack plus 3 attack. Kill Doomsayer. This can go in and test the secret first. This one goes in to test the secret. So it's probably counter spell. Time for the Direwolf Alpha. Then this one is going face. This one comes in. It goes into Doomsayer, this goes into Doomsayer. I can play the Sinister Deal into counter spell. We get rid of that counter spell for possible future moves. So that's an ice barrier, right? I would say that's probably an ice barrier. And I want some space on this board. I don't want the board to be full. I mean, could it be a mirror entity? Why would anyone run mirror entity in that deck though? If the board is full and he plays Frost Nova. If I play Sea Giant, that it's an entity. That's just a terrible thing. Maybe I have to make the board full then. Just in case. I think it's going to be Ice Barrier. Yep, that's the barrier, alright. All of this stuff is going towards the face. Okay. So I saw the Doomsayer, so Frost Nova isn't that terrible. Flame Strike obviously has its upsides. 9 damage here, plus 6 from here, that's 15. So that is not lethal. Not enough mana for the Grim Rally. What can you do for 8 mana? You might be able to do nice things. But I need to set up lethal here. Let's have to set up lethal. I can rally the Hogsteed. Then I can push a little bit more with this, so that I can put him down to 5. So this gives him fewer outs. Because now, if he doesn't heal or taunt, if he just clears the board, then that's not enough to survive the Leroy. And it was unlikely that he would be able to taunt and then also clean things up. That's a win. Alright. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.